The autopsy was performed on June 19, 2015. We received the body in a body bag. The body bag was locked to preserve evidence. I broke the lock prior to starting the autopsy. After breaking the lock, I opened the body bag, took multiple photos, and then proceeded with the examination.
What information did you have at your disposal that assisted you in your autopsy?
I received information from the county medical examiner representative that Miss Lemon was injured. She was staying at her apartment complex, was living with her boyfriend. After she was injured, she was then transported to a local hospital where medical intervention was provided. They tried to resuscitate her through over a period of about 4 hours, and then death was eventually pronounced.
Now, what did you find when you conducted your autopsy of Ms. Lemon?
She had evidence of medical intervention. She was clad in a hospital gown. She had a tube into her mouth to help provide breathing. She had multiple needles in her to provide fluids, things like blood products, fluid. She had what appeared to be sharp force injuries upon initial examination. A lot of the sharp force injuries had been stapled closed to try and prevent bleeding.
So tell us about the wound she sustained.
She sustained a total of 113 what I call sharp force injuries, which is just any injury caused by a sharp edged object. She also sustained blunt force injuries as well.
Okay. How many stab wounds and what kind of stab wounds were they?
She had 113 sharp force injuries. They were primarily what we call in forensic pathology incised wounds, which is just a technical definition, meaning a wound is longer than it is deep.
And where were these wounds located, please?
They were located on her head, neck, chest area, both the front and back of the chest, upper arms, and lower arms.
And were there any located in the back of her neck?
Yes, there was.
It was kind of a very destructive scene. There was blood everywhere. There was vomit on the floor. There was things that were broken. I mean, lots of things that were broken. TV was, I think, knocked off its stand, laying on the ground. There was glass all over the floor. I mean, blood everywhere on the floor, the walls, the bedspread, the bed. It was just probably the most amount of blood that I've ever seen in like a single scene of that magnitude. I didn't hear it until after the fact.
Do you have some experience with personal defense spray?
I am a person like an OC instructor or pepper spray instructor for our department, so yes.
What's OC?
It's the oscillochlorosin. It's like a pepper spray mix, the stuff that we use for our personal defense spray.
State's Exhibit 321 is my DNA report that's dated January 25th of 2016. And this report concerns items that were collected at the State Medical Examiner's Office from the autopsy of Khadijah Lemon. State's Exhibit 322 is my DNA report that's dated February 5th of 2016. And these were items that were collected by the Dubuque Police Department from the crime scene.
And these are both your reports that you conducted in this case?
Yes. I was also asked to look at a knife from the crime scene. Screening tests performed on the swab collected from the knife handle indicated the presence of blood. The DNA profile developed from the handle indicated a mixture of DNA from more than one contributor. The profile of the major contributor was determined and matched the known DNA profile of Eddie Hicks.
Okay.
The probability of finding this profile in a population of unrelated individuals chosen at random would be less than 1 out of 100 billion. The partial profile of the minor contributor was determined and was consistent with the known DNA profile of Khadijah Lemon.
Okay.
The probability of finding this profile in a population of unrelated individuals chosen at random would be less than 1 out of 760,000. The form on the swabs indicated the presence of blood. The profile obtained indicated a mixture of DNA from more than one contributor. The profile of the major contributor was determined and and match the known DNA profile of Eddie Hicks. The probability of finding this profile in a population of unrelated individuals chosen at random would be less than 1 out of 100 billion. The partial profile of the minor contributor was determined and was consistent with the known DNA profile of Khadijah Lemon. The probability of finding this profile in a population of unrelated individuals chosen at random would be less than 1 out of 16,000.
So it looks like the